It's your boy, Jimmy James 59. And if it ain't another Age of Empires update, folks, we're going to jump into this one. I'll just say it from the jump, right? Come on and subscribe to the channel. We just crossed 400 subscribers. Y'all are awesome. Do it for the Hussars. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to deactivate sellout mode here. Let's get into this. Update 66692. We got a Dress to Impress event. Okay. In-game ranked map pool voting, so you're going to be able to do that. The rematches are here, right? I'm going to actually show you a little bit of this, kind of the button at the end. Basically, what the rematch does is if you rematch, you agree to do it, it opens up and what it appears to be, at least, just a lobby that's unranked and you can play again. So I'm glad that they did the rematch this way, because I could see this getting abused. If it opened up a ranked game, I could see it getting really hard abused for the ranked map pool, especially like say you match up with a buddy, you know, accidentally, and you're like, hey man, I'm trying to get my elo up. Can we just like keep playing rematches, losing over and over or something? Now, I don't know how many times you can rematch actually. Somebody could tell me. In fact, actually, this whole rematch thing is so new. I basically already told you what it does, and it's really just a button at the bottom of the screen after you in the game. I don't even think it's worth getting into, and there's so many things about it, and since it's a beta, let's not get too deep into it. But if y'all are playing with it, y'all let me know in the comments what your experience is. I've had one experience with it, and it creates an unranked lobby. I like that. If you really want to play against some people again, have a little conversation and stuff. So, but all right, let's take a look at what's going on. Let's get past all this. Dress to Impress, right? Some new profile icons. Pretty legit, actually. I like these profile icons a lot. I don't think I'll probably ever change mine because it's the Age of Empires 1 Legionary, and I dig that. But let's see what some of these challenges are. Town centers, plans the Tatars, unlock a graphical model with a sheep or a golden fleece. I'm just going to say, if you're running around putting sheep in sweaters and jackets and stuff, I just say get a new hobby. That's all I'll say. You might be bored with your life. Day 2, train 3 militia or men-at-arms into a single skirmish, blah, blah, blah. Unlock a graphical mod with the men-at-arms using a gelato sword. I kind of like that. I really like the graphical mods, actually. I think that's a really underrated part of the game. So I like seeing those. Units wearing capes. Unlock profile icon. Okay, one of these. Okay, this is so low-key awesome. Train 100 unique units with shields. You unlock a graphical mod with the Crusader Knight. Replaces the Paladin. The Crusader Knight is actually kind of a dope-looking unit. I really like this. I'm going to unlock this just so I can, when I play Teutons, I can make Crusader Knights. Oh, I'm so pumped. Train 10 knights in one skirmish or multiplayer match before 25 minutes game time. Unlocks a Black Knight graphical mod. I'll have to take a look at what that looks like, but I'm pretty sure that's pretty cool, actually. But I can't remember it exactly. I'll post an image here, but I actually think it's a pretty cool one. So I like these. I like these challenges. I actually dig the challenges quite a bit. I try to complete them. If the sort of prize is cool. Okay, let's get into the game. Stability, fixing some crashes, that's really good. Achievements, added Elephant Archer and Elite Elephant Archer icons as profile icons as they were. Okay, that's interesting. Stuff with the UI, some things will be easier to display. Added a new idle pose for skirmishers to better differentiate from the spearman line. That's pretty interesting, I think, actually. I didn't know that was an issue, but okay. I like it. Settings, some co-op stuff. You know what? A lot of this stuff, I think, for your own time, you might just look at. Let's look at the gameplay. Now we're starting to get into what matters. Remove reaction distance modifier from predator animals. Predator animals always find villagers within 6 tiles. Okay, so it sounds like the wolves and stuff, they're gonna be a bit more on point. Players can no longer push enemy units away during treaty by building foundations on top of them. Wow, I've never seen that, but I can definitely see how that would be annoying. Handicap system stuff. Depleted resources no longer disappear on the minimap in the Fog of War. Okay, I like that. They made a lot of changes to the minimap stuff lately, so you can't use the Fog of War to gain information, and I dig that. Campaigns. I don't even think I've completed the William Wallace campaign. Okay, civilization balance. Now we're getting into the goodies. General. All right. It's finally here. The crossbowman and arbalist research cost is going up. I played some team games already since this patch came out, and I will say I definitely felt the effect of this being some more food, where it's a lot harder. Like normally you get to the next age and you're just like, boom, bodkin arrow, crossbowman, etc. And it just flows. It just flows so smooth. This is not nearly as smooth now. This is not as smooth now. I kind of like this change though. I think still. This is really tough. The whole crossbow arbalist plays, but let me say this a different way. I think I like the crossbowman increase to the cost more than the arbalister increased, because crossbow are so dominant in early Castle Age, being able to get that upgrade, close out games. Arbalest, I feel like this is more. I do think doing things like fast imp arbalist with like Vikings or Byzantines, that kind of thing, I do think that's been made more difficult by this. And that's, I mean, if that was a problem in the game, then I suppose I've never thought that fast imp arbalist was a problem per se, but you know, it's not. But this is not a bad change, and I think you will notice the effect of this. Dark and Feudal Age Stonewall HP is going up. Okay, that's interesting. So Stonewalls are getting a buff here. Elephant Archer has its Cavalry Archer. Guys, Jim Stradamus in the house. I told y'all this was coming. I don't have no inside knowledge. I just have powerful brain knowledge. I told y'all this was coming, and this doesn't surprise me at all. I do like this change. Elephant Archer costs decreased. I like this. I'm still one of these people. I think the Elephant Archers should cost wood and gold. I don't like that they cost food and gold. I find it vexing. But that's just me. Okay, Armored Elephant line is now affected by Siege Engineers. Oh, man, the Armored Elephants are crazy now. Starting resources and villager bonuses are no longer disabled in Empire Wars. Okay, so everything you knew about the Empire Wars meta, just take it. I want you to take that and just find the nearest garbage chute and just dump it in there. Like, I mean, dang boy, this is gonna be pretty good. So it's like Aztecs are gonna be starting to us with extra gold. Great, buff Aztecs. Chinese, presumably extra villagers. Huns will start with less wood. That kind of sucks for Huns. Incas with the extra llama. Lithuanians are gonna be legit now. Mayans, Persians. What does Sicilians start with? Oh, extra stone. Dude, I think Gajars are going to be legit on Empire Wars now. They weren't great before, I feel like. Now, because the thing you can do, and we'll get a little bit more to Gajars in a second, but the thing you can do now with Gajars, since you start off with the berry bushes, you can just go take those berry bushes with your TC villagers, and you just play that way. It's very legit move. And so now you can just garrison your sheep. So Gajars, I think, are going to come strong in Empire Wars. And I think this brings in some civilizations. I like bringing in like Persians, getting them in the mix, Lithuanians, getting them in the mix of Empire Wars. You know, and then I think some civilizations are just getting buffs upon buffs with this. So I don't know. This will be interesting. And this will really affect the Red Bull Wololo training stuff. So, age advancement bonuses not correctly applied. Ooh, so this means Ethiopians are going to start with extra resources. Bengalis will start with extra villagers. That's kind of huge. And Dravidians will start with extra wood. That's huge too. So that's going to bring, definitely Bengalis and Dravidians, raise them up a bit in the Empire Wars. Because now in Dravidians, basically, you can probably just put like a archery range in a stable from the jump. And now you got 2 military buildings. You can decide, you can kind of get that scout archer mix that I think is becoming really popular in the Empire Wars setting. So this is really good for that. Minimum buy price for all non-Saracen civilizations with the guild research is reset to 23 instead of 25. Okay, so that, all right, that's not bad. All right, let's actually jump in. Bengalis. Monks receiving +3/+3 armor. I think a lot of people don't like this change because they don't think it's going to be that great. They feel like it's kind of meh. I'm not sure, actually. I could kind of see Bengali monks. So this is the thing about Bengalis. I like Bengalis not having knights or camels. I dig that. But the thing is I just don't know what to do with them to make them, like, unless you give them thumb ring, it just feels like everything with Bengalis is dependent on how well elephant archers are balanced. Not even battle elephants, because battle elephants on most maps, I just think are so slow and so expensive. I think it all depends on the elephant archer balance. And with monks, though, if you can keep monks around, I like that. So what I like about this is I like the idea of Bengalis use their monks to counter knights and camels, and I dig that. But I don't know. At the same time, I'm not sure how good this will be because like +3 pierce armor, like I feel like your monks are still gonna die to archers pretty easily. And I do think maybe this helps with knights. I don't know. This is a tough one. We'll just have to see how it plays out. Elephant archers and armored elephants now receive the intended bonus damage. So the bonus resistance modifier applies after the armor subtraction from the damage instead of before. So this is going to buff elephant archers. So elephant archers are getting a lot of buffs now. And that's the real question. How good are Bengali and Dravidian elephant archers? How good are they going to be? Britons are getting access to treadmill crane. Seems kind of random, but I guess I don't mind it. Maybe it's, I don't think it really does much. At least not in random map or Empire Wars. Burgundians, the Castiliers getting nerfed. That's a good change. The economy, technology, food discounts getting nerfed. Again, probably a good change. I think I'd still like to see I think you could still nerf this a bit more. Castilier can be so difficult to deal with. And the food discount, I'd like to see it like 35 or 25% personally. But this is good direction. Byzantines, treadmill crane, that's fine. Fix the issue where human herdables had more food in them. Okay, that's good. Dravidians receive bombard cannon. Once again, Jim Stradamus helping y'all out, making predictions about the future. I think this is great for the Civ. Great for the Civ. Bombard cannon is important. And this gives them... Dravidians were way too weak to onagers late. Because they're so slow. Onager shots or siege onager shots just kill everything. Bombard cannon now gives them something for their slow army. I like it. I still am in the camp. I think Dravidians should receive the Night Line. I think that it's fine having their light cavalry suck ass. Let me say it a different way. I think either they need a buff to their light cavalry line or their night line. I'll say it that way. I think that because, you know, none of the Indian subcontinental civs have knights, which is fine. And if that's the case, I think buff their light cavalry line a bit. And that way, all of the Indian subcontinental civs have at least decent light cav. That's fine with me. I'm actually going to do a video here shortly on Woot Steel as a technology and what that means for the light cavalry. of Dravidians, and I'm not even going to reveal anything. So watch that video when it comes out and activate in sellout mode for a minute. If you want to know when that video comes out, definitely subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, get after it. Anyways, I still think Dravidians need a little bit more than this, but this is, I think, this solves half of their problem. It doesn't solve their problems in the mid game, but it solves half of their problems. Okay. Gujaras. Okay, lots going on here. So the elite Survamsha riders getting 2 nerfs, which is fine. Mounted units additional bonus damage is getting decreased. That's good. I could see this being lower too, but good start. The food income. It's now using a non-linear calculation where garrisoning herdable animals has diminishing returns. Basically, it's 15 times. That's either in food or the natural log of the food amount divided by 200 plus 1. So dare I do math on screen? I'm not going to do math on screen because then I got to bring up my calculator as a source in Streamlabs, and I'm not sure exactly how to bring up apps from your computer as a source. So I'm not even going to do that. But what I am going to say is basically the takeaway from this is that garrisoning fewer of your herdables is better than before, and garrisoning more of your herdables is worse. Spirit of the Law, you know he's going to do a video on this. I highly suggest you watch that. He'll probably tell you exactly how many herdables you want to garrison. So, and I might even look at it as well. But I'm sure he's going to get around to it pretty soon, because this is, I mean, just look, if we're taking the natural log of things and dividing stuff, you know our boy's got us. He's got our back. Fix an issue where Survamsha riders could not dodge the nearby blast damage of projectiles. So does that mean that Survamsha riders were taking full damage against units up close and personal? That's interesting if that's the case. I actually just played a game on Empire Wars with Gujaras before doing this video, and went Survamsha riders, and they're still pretty awesome. Okay, alright, let's go. Hindustanis. Ghulams getting its HP reduced, and you're losing access to the halberdier. No Parthian tactics. My heart breaks. My heart breaks for you, Parthian tactics. Baby, come back. That being said, I don't mind this change. I actually am kind of down on these changes. I don't mind losing access to the halberdier. I actually kind of like that. I'm not sure if it's necessary to me, but it's still fine. The Ghulam having the HP reduced, I don't know about that one. I really, with the Ghulam, would have much rather seen their base damage reduced and maybe up the archer damage so they're still as effective against archer units. And just less effective as a melee fighter. So now that would kind of put them on par with eagles. They die more easily to longswords, castle age, that kind of thing. That would make them more of a specialist unit, and I think that fits with the Hindustanis to keep the Ghulam as a specialist. Right now, it's just a little too good of a fighter. I still think it's going to be a pretty good fighter with this, losing some HP, but it's a start. It's not bad. Okay, Koreans, elite war wagon, cavalry, archer armor reduced from 0 to -1. I think war wagons are crazy strong. I don't mind this at all. This is kind of a pleasant surprise. Malay treadmill crane. Saracen minimum buy price. Okay. Sicilians. This is a big one. Bonus damage resistance for land military units reduced from 50 to 33%. Yikes. I don't know. This is tricky. That'll be interesting to see how this plays out. I like the idea of them reducing the bonus damage. Just because with the Halberg, I think that Sicilian Cavalier late game are way too strong. The thing that's really disappointing about this to me, though, is that I think Sicilians had this really nice kind of symmetry where basically with their archers missing the last armor upgrade, this gave them basically their arbalist that back against skirmishers. in Imperial Age, and I thought that was really cool. And now their skirmishers should still be pretty good against other skirmishers, but I don't know. They might have been a little OP against other skirmishers, so I like this change. I think this is a good change. I think we'll have to see how it plays out in practice. So this is not bad though. I think there's something needed to be done either to this or Halberg. And this might be an easier fix. So Sicilian's bonus damage resistance will still be good. They lose access to Treadmill Crane, and Teutons lose access. So, okay. Didn't know that was a problem. Random maps. We have 2 new maps, Morass and Shoals. If you've been following Red Bull Wololo Legacy, you would have been on top of those. Islands. 2 starting gold piles are separated into 3. Okay. So some changes to islands. Random map scripting. The AI. Pathfinding. Okay, so pathfinding could be interesting, and a lot of ongoing things. So, on the horizon, Penguin Party. Age of Empires turns 25 years old pretty soon. Very nice. Dang, has it been that long? I guess it has been. I guess that'd be Age of Empires 1, right? Or would it be no? Yeah, it'd have to be Age of Empires 1. Because I go back to 1997. I was playing Age of Empires 1 back then. This is cool. Okay, so you see all that. So, what are my thoughts on all this? I think a lot of these updates, I think that there's a lot of good starts. I think some of them don't go far enough. Honestly, I think my favorite thing on here is the Crusader Knight thing. The Crusader Knight skin. It's going to be so much fun to make Crusader Knights. I dig that a lot. Like I said, I think the graphical mods, like the in-game graphical mods, I think that's to me, it feels like kind of an untapped market of things they can do to just make the game a little bit more unique. It'd be nice, for instance, people have talked about maybe the Teutonic Paladins just having that as a look. I'd be totally on board with that too, but now you can kind of do it whenever you want. So I really dig it. And I think overall this is a good set of balance changes. I think some things haven't quite gone far enough. I'm still going to be on about Hindustanis getting Parthian tactics back. Hopefully, now that they've nerfed them a bit, right, we'll be able to see that, and that will be not so bad. The Sicilian bonus damage reduction is good. I think our Jaras are actually still insanely strong. And I will say this about the Gujaras, and I will also, by the way, y'all, I will do a video later about my predictions, and how the predictions for the August balance patch, what I got right, what I didn't. And I still think with Gujaras, I mean, the Shramshar Riders, I think they're a great unit, don't get me wrong. But honestly, I think people are sleeping on how good the Chakram Thrower is. I think the Chakram Thrower, that to me is the beastly unit. But maybe that's just me. I'll be interested to see what y'all think. What do y'all think about this balance changes in general? What would you have done? Like, are the Bengalis balance change? Is this enough? Like, do Bengalis and Dravidians have enough to make them relevant? Because right now they're irrelevant. But are Bengalis and Dravidians relevant? Have Gujaras and Hindustanis been nerfed enough for you? The Sicilians, the Burgundians, Pras. What do y'all think? Let me know in the comment section below. That being said, I'm Jimmy James 59. I'll see you guys out there on the ladder. Peace.